by Puffin.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Hot Mess by Jeff Kinney. Read by Dan Russell. June. Monday. My dad's always saying you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family. And even though I get his meaning, it doesn't exactly make me want to share a bowl of popcorn with him. He's right about family, though. Because the second you're born, you're automatically in a group of people you never asked to be a part of. The moment your parents bring you home, you meet a bunch of strangers with balloons shouting, "It's a boy!" In fact, when you're born, a bunch of stuff has already been decided for you, like where you live and even what language you'll speak. But since you can't actually talk yet, you can't tell people taking care of you that mushed up prunes and carrots are a bad combination. Mom would say when I was in my high chair, "I think he likes it." But even though I was only able to splutter, I did not, in fact, like it. The first thing you learn as a kid is that grown-ups are the ones in charge. And the second thing you learn is that they don't always make the best decisions. For example, the time they had me sit on the Easter Bunny's lap even though his costume looked like something out of a horror movie. Then you find out that the people in charge of you have people who are in charge of them. At least that's the way it is in my family, where Grandma's the one who calls the shots. But you'd never know she had so much power just by looking at her. She seems like a very nice lady who is always baking for us.
I made you your favorite cookies.
There's actually a whole story to how Grandma became the head of our family. When my great-grandmother Mima passed away, someone needed to step up to take her place as our leader. But since Grandma was the youngest of 4 sisters, it didn't look like she'd be the one to take over the family. But then something happened that changed all that. For Easter brunch one year, Grandma made a pot of meatballs, and everyone went crazy for them. Great Uncle Herman declared that Grandma was the best cook in the family. Everybody else agreed, which I'm sure was hard for her older sisters. The way it works in my family is that if you're the best cook, you get to host the big holidays, like Thanksgiving and Christmas. But Grandma's older sisters all live far away, and they don't like to travel on the holidays. So Great Aunt Lou came up with a special recipe of her own to try and one-up Grandma, but she just couldn't top Grandma's meatballs.
"Care for some spinach dip?"
Great Aunt Lou said as she glopped it on our plates. Ever since Grandma introduced her special meatballs, everyone's been trying to get her to tell them the secret recipe. But Grandma's no dummy. She knows that giving it up would be giving up her power. So she just tells everybody that her meatballs only have one ingredient, and it's love. Nobody seems satisfied with that answer, though, and lately, a few of my aunts have been trying to steal the recipe. Last Christmas, Aunt Gretchen tried to sneak away with a few meatballs so she could take them to a lab and get them analyzed for their ingredients. The only reason she didn't get away with it was because Grandma's dog, Sweetie, sniffed them out before she could get to her car.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?